Contractor's General Building and Law and Business Certification Practice Test. Question 1. Which IRS form is used to report an employer's quarterly federal tax return? A. IRS Form 939. B. IRS Form 940. C. IRS Form 941. D. IRS Form 943. Answer, C. Explanation. Form 941 is used to report an employer's quarterly federal tax return. The IRS requires this form to be filed quarterly and the estimated taxes to be paid with each filing. The IRS does not allow companies to wait until the end of the year to pay all the taxes due for that year. It collects taxes quarterly, which lessens the chance that a company will fall behind in its tax payments. If a company does not pay its estimated taxes quarterly, it can be charged penalties and interest at the end of the year when filing its yearly tax return. Question 2. Asbestos-containing material that can be crumbled with hand pressure and is therefore likely to emit fibers is said to be what? A. Friable. B. Non-friable. C. An airborne pollutant. D. A fibrous irritant. Answer, A. Explanation. OSHA defines friable as material that can be crumbled with hand pressure. Friable asbestos is likely to emit fibers. It is of great concern when friable asbestos is discovered on a construction project because if it becomes loose and travels through the air, workers can breathe it in without the proper respiratory safety equipment. Special containment and disposal techniques must be used to handle friable material safely whenever it is found. Question 3. What is the current annual earnings cap on Social Security taxes? A. $118,500. B. $136,500. C. $142,800. D. $147,000. Answer, D. Explanation. As of 2022, the current cap on earnings subject to the Social Security tax is $147,000. At the 6.2% tax rate, the maximum amount an employee would pay in a year is $9,114. The other portion of the FICA payroll tax is for Medicare. The 1.45% tax rate collected for Medicare is not subject to an earnings cap. Question 4. Employees become eligible to collect Social Security benefits when they reach which age? A. 62 years. B. 65 years. C. 67 years. D. 69 years. Answer, A. Explanation. Social Security benefits can be collected once an employee turns 62 years old. However, 62 is not full retirement age, so if an employee starts collecting benefits when he or she turns 62, he or she will not be receiving the full percentage. If the employee chooses to wait to collect benefits until he or she reaches full retirement age, the employee will receive his or her full benefits. The employee can also delay receiving his or her benefits past the full retirement age to increase them. An employee can delay up until 70 years old. Full retirement age varies based on one's birth year. As an example, if an employee whose full retirement age is 67, those born in 1960 or later, starts collecting his or her benefits at age 62, he or she will receive benefits reduced by 30% of what he or she would have gotten at age 67. Question 5. If a city is funding a new construction project and it wants to ensure that the contractor will finish the job correctly and not inflict economic harm on the city, it will require the contractor to obtain what type of bond? A. Bid bond. B. A payment bond. C. A performance bond. D. A warranty bond. Answer, C. Explanation. A performance bond ensures that a contractor will finish a construction job correctly. If the contractor does not finish and leaves outstanding work, the bond company will step in and pay for the work to be completed. The bonding company will then sue the builder to recover any expenses it incurred while completing the project. Question 6. When preparing to have a job bid, an owner will often send out a request for qualifications, RFQ, to interested contractors. Which item would a contractor not normally submit at the RFQ stage? A. Information on contractor's financial strength. B. Details on the proposed project's management team. C. References from previous customers. D. A rough estimate of project costs. Answer, D. Explanation. At the RFQ stage, the contractor typically provides only information that proves that his or her company is qualified to bid on and perform the project. Financial strength, management team, and references would be important for the owner to review at this phase. The RFQ phase is too early for a contractor to provide a rough estimate of project costs. Cost estimates would happen later after the contractor's qualifications have been approved and accepted. Question 7. Which of the following is not necessary when starting a corporation? A. Profit and loss statement. B. Employer identification number. C. Articles of incorporation. D. Bylaws. Answer, A. Explanation. A profit and loss statement is not necessary when starting a corporation, while the other three answer choices all are. Obtaining an employer identification number is one of the first steps in starting a business. The articles of incorporation are the required founding documents that list the corporate officers and directors and define the services provided by the corporation. The bylaws are documents that define the procedures used by the corporation to operate the business. Question 8. A notice to proceed is typically given to a contractor just after the is completed. A. Notice of award. B. Construction contract. C. Letter of intent. D. Contractor selection. Answer, B. Explanation. The notice to proceed, NTP, is a legal document given to the contractor by the owner. It is given after the construction contract is completed and executed, and it starts the clock running on the construction schedule. A typical NTP will have language that specifies the start date of the schedule and allows for a certain number of days for the project to be completed. Question 9. Which of the following would not be covered under the Family and Medical Leave Act, FMLA? A. Caring for a newborn child. B. Medical costs while on leave. C. Caring for a spouse with a serious health condition. D. An employee's serious health condition. Answer, B. Explanation. The Family and Medical Leave Act protects employees' jobs and allows them to take up to 12 weeks of unpaid leave during a 12-month period. This leave must be used for a qualifying condition, which is typically the care of themselves or a close family member with a serious medical condition. The FMLA does not cover any medical costs for this care. Question 10. When contractors do not want to include certain scope items in their bid, the bid should have a section titled what? A. Allowances. B. Exclusions. C. Contingency. D. Clarifications. Answer, B. Explanation. If contractors do not want to include something in their bid, they should show this item as an exclusion. Listing all exclusions avoids confusion and disagreements down the line over whether an item should have been included in the bid. This also helps the owner or general contractor determine where there might be scope gaps in which certain work was not picked up by any contractor. Question 11. Which inspections must typically be completed prior to having a framing inspection done? A. Mechanical, plumbing, and electrical. B. Plumbing and electrical. C. Mechanical, plumbing, and insulation. D. Mechanical, plumbing, and drywall nailing. Answer, A. Explanation. Nearly all jurisdictions require that the mechanical, plumbing, and electrical work be inspected and approved prior to having a framing inspection done. This is because these three trades cut or drill through framing members to install their work, and the inspector wants to see that any deficiencies created from these cuts or drill holes have been corrected before signing off on the framing. Some jurisdictions have combination inspectors that are trained to perform the mechanical, plumbing, electrical, and framing inspections simultaneously. Question 12. What is the purpose of an air admittance valve? A. To increase the water pressure at a fixture. B. To increase the water pressure at a fixture. C. To avoid a vacuum developing in a drain pipe that reduces flow. D. To avoid having to install a standard vent on a plumbing fixture. Answer, D. An air admittance valve is used to replace a standard waste vent that would typically run up through the home's walls and exit through the roof. The air admittance valve lets air in the waste pipe to facilitate the flow of water down the drain pipe. Most jurisdictions allow air admittance valves to be used, but some that are still working off of older building codes have not yet approved their use. Question 13. HVAC contractors need to get Manual J information before bidding on a job. What information will the Manual J provide to the contractor? A. The information necessary to size the HVAC system. B. The appropriate climate zone for the project. C. The energy usage calculations for the HVAC system. D. The rating of the furnace and the air conditioning units. Answer, A. The Manual J is a document that calculates the heating and cooling loads for a residential project. The HVAC contractor takes these calculations and uses them to properly size the HVAC system for the home. Most building departments require the Manual J to be submitted with the building permit application so they can confirm that the HVAC system has been designed correctly and efficiently. Question 14. Which of the following items is not required by OSHA to be included in a new employee health and safety orientation? A. Employee rights. B. Personal protective equipment, PPE. C. Injury reporting programs. D. A list of upcoming tasks. Answer, D. A list of upcoming tasks is not part of the OSHA new employee health and safety orientation. OSHA does require the employer to review on-site work hazards. Question 15. A contractor with a good experience modification rate, EMR, will pay lower rates for workers' compensation insurance. An EMR of less than is considered good. A. 1.0, B. 1.5, C. 2.0, D. 2.5. Answer, A. An EMR of 1.0 or less is considered good and will typically lead to lower workers' compensation premiums. EMR is calculated by dividing actual losses due to injuries by expected losses due to injuries. Therefore, a good EMR of less than 1.0 means a company is experiencing fewer losses than would be expected of a typical company doing the same type of work. Thank you for watching.